Yo, it's your boy Black Oud London, podcast number 19. Make sure you check this out. The Rizq Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rizq Podcast. This is episode 19, and on today's episode, we've got brother Waleed from Black Oud, founder of Black Oud London. And for me, I'm really excited about this podcast. Waleed is someone who I've been following him. I've been a ghost follower. I've just been spying on Waleed from a distance over Instagram. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to sit down with Waleed today, and one of the main reasons that I wanted you guys to all share in some of the main kind of turning points within Waleed's life is because from my perspective, whenever I've seen your stories, they've always been very, very positive, and they've always been very focused on giving good guidance to people, right? I've never seen on your stories any form of hate, negativity. It's been very, very positive, and very much I've seen the growth in your business through not only, what you've presented on what you've shown, like even this lounge, mashallah, like from where you started to where you are now, but also your mindset and kind of your approach to advising people. So from my perspective, I'm really excited to be able to sit down with you, because I know that this is, I know you've done podcasts before, but this is one which I think it's all about your journey and your life. And I think that this is going to be a really important story, inshallah, to tell. Because there's a lot of people that need this inspiration, that need someone's good guidance, someone's good advice, and just to hear that, what the problems I'm going through, bro, Waleed also went through them. So let's start from the top now. Let's start from who you are today, right? So Waleed, how do you introduce yourself? From the TOP.
Boy, some people might call me Nipsey Oud. Some people might call me B-Tech Nipsey Hustle. I get that all the time. But basically, I'm just an ordinary brother that's just trying to make halal money, man. Halal paper, as they call it. Nothing exclusive about it. But obviously, I've kind of maybe add a little flavor to the perfume scene, because obviously visuals and there's no urban perfume. There's no I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just I'm just trying to relate to people on a different,
trying to almost make it a more contemporary thing, right? More modern kind of take.
Modern, but at the same time, for instance, perfumes always existed.
Yeah.
If you look at the history of Egyptians, perfumes was from that time. It's okay. I didn't bring something new to the table, but I might have just added a bit of flavor to it, a bit of drip, as they would call it out there. And that's it, really. And
bust
down oud, and you know what I'm saying, and make it more appealing, more interesting,
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see my graphic designer just sitting over there designing some nice concept for my website and stuff. But
beautiful, mashallah.
But it's just I was trying to more glamorize the oud.
Okay.
The same way rappers will glamorize certain music, drugs, lifestyle. I wanted to do the same way, but with the halal concept, because unfortunately a lot of our own people are selling drugs, so they just think that's the only way out. But really and truly, there's other things, but you just have to think outside the box. So that's kind of what I wanted to maybe pinpoint. But
so that's interesting. So your focus there is something halal. That seems to be your number one criteria.
Yeah.
So whatever you're gonna do,
it has to be halal, man.
Has to be halal money. Yeah. What about getting a job? Was that never something that you were interested in, or what's your background, bro? Are you some sort of chemical engineer, and that's why you got into the woods because you were pouring?
What's mad? I actually have an engineering background. I was doing engineering for about 10 years, and because of the Brexit, I lost my job, and that's how the story happened. So basically, I lost my job, being jobless for about 3 months. It affected me, and I was like, okay. And then it went into 6 months. I was like, no, this is too much. 9 months.
When is this roughly?
This happened last year. So about 2 years now, actually. 2 years. Okay. So in October this year, it will be 2 years I've been doing Black Oud. But it basically happened when I lost my job. I didn't wake up one day and I thought, you know what? I want to sell oud. Today I'm going to sell perfumes and change the game. I didn't think like that. Oud for me at the time was you know what? I need a way out. I was going through depression. All these mad things were happening to me. Like I said, I lost my job. It was about a year. And to the point that you know, my car. I remember this like yesterday. My car got clamped, yeah, and it's due to bailiffs being after me. So they found my car, they clamped my car, and I couldn't even afford to pay them. I said, you know what, you lot. They were calling me. They're like, yeah, Mr. Waleed, you know, we're gonna take the car. I said, take it. I don't even have money. Just take the car. They're like, no, it's gonna be more money.
Yeah.
So I just thought, you know what? Let me just call my friend. I end up cutting off the clamp.
Okay.
I'm on the run now from the bailiff. I got his clamp. He's calling my phone. Say, where's my clamp? I'm gonna call the police and all of that stuff. It was proper intense. You know, I end up selling the car. I had to, you know, sell the car, make the money, pay the, you know, the bailiffs. And then on top of that, I had, you know, rent arrears, and a lot of people don't know, like, it was so deep. I was in the situation I was in, it was so sticky that I had to even go and do a GoFundMe page. So I was basically at my lowest point in my life. Since the age of 18, I'm 34 now, but since the age of 18, I've always had money. I've always been working. I've never been out of work. And that year for me was like, I've never been in a situation that I was on my face. I didn't know what to do. I was like,
this is the point where you're broke.
Bro, I was beyond, I know it's bad, yeah, stuff for the like, I was even getting suicidal thoughts. That's how bad it was. I've never felt like, bro, like, this is too much pressure. I got rent arrears, bailiffs, my car got taken away. You know, it was just too much pressure. I didn't have no means of income. So I didn't know what to do, man. So one day I just called my friend. I said, look, like, you need to help me, man. I need to give me something to do. Like, I'm desperate. He goes, you know what? Come and see me. So I went to his shop, and he gave me like plastic bottles similar to this size. And he said, look, here's some fragrances. I'm looking at the bottles thinking like, this looks like some test tube looking plastic bottles. So I just took them. I bought this case. You might have seen this case on some of the adverts I do. So I started with this case, walking around. I was actually like harassing people and stuff like, do you want to buy oud? I went to the train station, buy oud. I was going everywhere, you know, going to the mosque and everything. I started the mosque. Yeah, so basically I called my friend. I said, look, I need to do something. And he just come and see me. I went to him. He just gave me some ouds. So I just started rolling everywhere I went. Obviously, I'm broke. I don't have no money. So everywhere I was going, I was just carrying this little case with perfume in it. So I was going to the train station, asking the people at the underground, do you want to buy perfume? Do you want to buy this? Everywhere I was going, barbershop. Everywhere I was going, this case was with me. So one day I met this guy, and he's like, bro, like, why don't you go Shepherd's Bush and sell on the street? I'm like, what? On the street? Like, how am I going to do that? And he said, no, just get a table, go outside the train station. Sorry. Yeah, he said, get a table outside the train station and like start selling out there. I said, all right, cool. So I'm already on my face. I got nothing to lose. I'm already on the run from the bailiffs and then my car getting clamped. I was like, I might as well go, innit? So I went there. I got a little square table and I started selling there. And this is in the cold now. It started in the cold. Like, it was so cold. My ouds are turning ice. They're not even pouring out. So that's how it started. So every week I'm just telling people, follow my Insta. Make sure you follow my Insta. So I got like 50 followers at the time. Every week, but I was consistent. I was there Friday. Snowing, I was there. Rain, I was there. In the sun, I was there. In the night, I was there. I was there every single Friday. I made sure I was there for 1 year straight. And that's how my building the brand became better, stronger. And I met, like, you could say 70% of the people that are following, I've met them personally because I forced them to follow me. Like, do you understand? I was like, make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me. So I started buying bigger quantities of fragrances, and then now I'm here, innit? That's it, really. Now we're in the oud lounge.
Let me just ask a couple questions there, because there was a lot there that I wanted to kind of actually dissect upon and pick up upon. So
sorry.
No. Yeah. For me, I wanted to hear it, and now we're gonna analyze it deeply,
let's
right?
analyze it.
So, I mean, for me, I want to take this even further back, right? But just where we are now. So you were dead broke,
bro.
Because the reason I want to ask this, bro,
I was broke with a capital B, bro.
Because I've been broke, bro.
Yeah. And
that's a bad place to be, bro. You know when you go to the ATM?
Yeah.
And you see nothing.
Yeah.
Bro, nothing. And there's nothing coming in afterwards. You know nothing's going to come in after, and there's nothing in front of you now.
Yeah.
And you know that there's only stuff going out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only outgoings.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's already 0 or minus now.
Yeah.
That for me was when I said to myself, I am broke.
Yeah.
Broke.
Yeah.
And, I know for myself that, was a very difficult period of time.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that period of time, being broke, bro. From being an engineer, you studied very hard in school.
Yeah.
You studied hard in university to get your degree.
Yeah.
All right. You've now spent about 10 years of your career as an engineer.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure your salary was very, very good
Nice,
for
it
an
was
engineer.
good,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's nice. It's nice life
Yeah.
as an engineer, right?
Yeah.
You're working with good people.
Yeah, it's mad, bro.
And then-
just give me
and then-
flashbacks, man.
And then it got taken away.
Yeah.
So you had all of this, bro, and it got taken away from you. So when it was nice salary, living a nice, comfortable life, probably going on a holiday every year, whatever, like that life, yeah?
Yeah.
And now, bro, you can't pay your rent.
Yeah. Can't pay car insurance.
Can't pay car insurance.
No petrol.
No petrol.
Bro, sometimes I didn't even have money to eat, man. Like, I remember I used to go to the mosque. Like, I was so broke. Just to make a quick £20, I would just go and stand outside the mosque after prayers and be like, let me just make a tenner. That's what I was thinking. Let me just if I make a tenner, I'm good. To the next prayer, I can just make. That's how I was thinking. But broke, the best way I can put broke, yeah, is like, you see when you're hungry. Like, I'm going to put broke into the definition of hunger. I was basically so hungry. Like, the hunger of being broke, it was actually hurting my stomach. It was like I was in pain from it. Do you understand? To the point that it was so deep that I started praying night prayer. That's like, it forced me to pray night prayer to get out of my situation. Like, I never felt like, I know it's bad, yeah, but I never felt like I had to pray. But because I was in that situation, I felt like there was nothing else left for me to do except for praying. Like, I got nothing else to do. I have to just pray now. You understand? Like, I can't ask people for money because they ain't gonna give me money. I ain't got money in my like other than me going to the mosque to make a tenner or just praying. So the way I put it, bro, it's like when you're so hungry and that pain in your stomach from hunger, I just said to me, bro, like, I need to get rid of this feeling. I don't want to fall in that feeling ever again. I said to myself, I don't care what I get, even if I make a £5 selling oud or £10 or £20, I'm making sure I'm not getting into that situation again. And that's what's kind of like, it kind of helped me. But the broke is subjective to everyone, innit? Like, broke, you don't even know. Some people have different ways of interpret
Absolutely. Yeah,
being
right.
broke. Like, but for me at that time was like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, because I've never been in it before. Like,
did it? I mean, I know that you said that that forced you to actually turn back to Allah.
Yeah.
Because it was a point where you had realized that there's literally no one that can do anything for me.
Yeah.
If God doesn't want me to have this anyway, right?
Yeah,
like, in essence, that's kind of where it came to. It came to that point, right?
Yeah.
And there's a really beautiful saying that when the world pushes you to your knees, that's the perfect time to pray.
Yeah.
Right? So that's almost like a...
Basically, that's what happened. I was
exactly
forced
that,
on my
right?
knees. Yeah.
Just, again, I don't want to kind of spend too much time here, but this is really important, bro, because this is something that, I can relate to as well. And not many people can relate to this, right? Because most people will always, inshallah, like, stay where they are, right? In that middle, and it's comfortable. You could have possibly stayed there. Yeah. But this has happened now. Yeah. And it's forced you to start doing your night prayers, doing your tahajjud, and asking Allah to protect you from this situation from ever happening again, right? Yeah. So how important, like, to you was your faith before compared to afterwards? Was it, was there any difference, or, what's the difference between pre-broke to post-broke Waleed? Okay, cool. I personally believe I'm someone that tries to be closer to Allah regardless. But sometimes you have to be reminded. You have to be reminded, like, someone has to tell you that, don't forget that I'm your creator and I owe you and I can do whatever I want with you. So I'm going to show you. And that was basically me getting trialed. Okay. And sometimes sometimes we have to be put through these situations to remind ourselves, like, humble beginnings. Does that make sense? And it also teaches me to be humble, because when people, that's why I'm so positive, because there's a lot of people that message me, bro, like, advise. But sometimes it's a bit much. But at the same time, when you was in a situation on your face, you can relate to people more. Absolutely. Does that make sense? Absolutely, yeah. So it just if it breaks as a person, it makes you, like, realize, like, raw. But then again, the bounce back, I always say to myself, it's not about the L that you took.
It's how you bounce back from the L. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, bro. So the other question that I wanted to ask you about this story in particular was that you mentioned that you called a friend.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to mention who the friend is or anything like that. He knows who he is, and you know who he is, and and Allah knows who he is, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask you, bro, is that takes some level of courage to tell your friend, like, bro, like, I need help.
It's deeper than that, bro. I forgot to mention, bro. Like, this is probably the realest me. This is me being so real, bro. Like, not only did he give me perfume, he borrowed me £2,000 cash. When I went to see him, I said, bro, like, I'm on my face. Like, I don't even have money to, like, pay rent or nothing. I didn't go with the intention to ask him for money.
Yeah.
He just looked at me like, he opened, he had this, I remember, like, he had a pouch. He just opened up the pouch. He took out all this wad of money. He said, bro, take that. And when you can, pay me back. Like, it was mad, bro. Like, it was actually mad, bro. Like, I'm actually speechless. Because it was just like, literally, it's almost I went there to collect that money. But I didn't know that money was there for me.
Rizq, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just like...
Obviously, you don't realize in the time, do you?
No, you don't, man. It was like, he gave me perfume and he gave me like £2,000 cash, like, right there and there. I didn't even ask for it. He just said, bro, sort yourself out, man. You understand? How did you
find a friend like that? Is he someone you've grown up your whole life, or do you know what I mean? Like, how do you?
It is someone I'm close to.
So that's a big thing, bro. Like, even if somebody's a millionaire, bro, to give anybody any amount of money, is a big deal, bro. Yeah. Especially, and then he's setting you up with things to then sell as well. You know what I mean? Like, not only is he giving you a fish,
it just shows that how vulnerable I was at the time, and he saw it.
Okay.
And he understood it, and he just thought, you know what? He probably felt like. Maybe he felt guilty, innit? Maybe he knew, like I'm standing in front of this guy. He's in this he's in this situation, and I got a wad of money in my bag right now.
Yeah.
You understand? And he probably had more money in that bag, but he just gave me £2,000 cash. Do you understand? Like, I don't know what he was thinking, but I was like, rah, like, that's actually mad. Like, I don't even think I would even do that, man.
Like, see, this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
The reason I say that that's really important is because there must have been something that he saw or felt in you.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, when you give people money, people are in dire situations when it comes to money because they don't have, really good understanding of how to use the money, right?
Yeah.
So they'll get money and then they'll spend it.
Yeah.
Right? So like a crackhead on the street, for example, bro, he'll earn 100, 200 pounds every single day.
Yeah.
It's just he's spending it on crack.
Yeah, the wrong reasons,
So for him to give you that money, there could have been a fear where he could have thought like, oh, Waleed's going to come back for more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I give him this much, will he come back for more then, right? What was it like? Do you think that there's anything about yourself that allowed him to feel that, okay, this guy is, like you said, just in a bad situation, and I need to help him, and I think he's going to do well? Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Like, what was it about you?
What was my traits, to him?
What was your traits exactly?
Basically, the reason why I believe he felt comfortable to give him the money is because I used to work with him, doing markets and stuff. I actually slept in his house one time.
Okay.
So our relationship's quite deep in that sense. So he knows me quite well. So
he understands your character.
He understands my character. He knows I believe I'm a trustworthy person. I try to keep to my word. Like, if I promise you something, that I'm going to deliver. And I think that there is what made him trust me, I guess. You understand? It's like, and it's quite important. Like, people think that, like, reputation is important, man. People think that you should tarnish your reputation. Trust me, like, you can easily tarnish your reputation. Like, I was even watching this video the other day. There was a guy. Do not fraud bay.
No.
You don't know fraud bay?
No. That sounds like my type of thing, though.
No. Basically, there was this guy. He was dating this girl.
Okay.
Why he robbed a credit card.
Oh, fraud bay like that. Okay.
And obviously there was like hashtags, articles about him, now he just struggles to be like, to get any type of work or because it went on social media.
Okay.
It just comes to show like reputation's a big thing, man. You understand? From taking someone's credit card and now it's affecting your life long term. You understand? Like, how many cases do you hear people getting, sacked over social media? Imagine people know you for robbing other people's credit card details and all of that stuff. We'll do fraud.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So reputation and having, being upright is really important, man. And that's part of being business. That's part of being, doing money, like when you're trading with people. Even, I know it's a bad example, but even if you look into history of like the cartels and, the reputation of like proper Pablo Escobar gangsters, these people will assassinate their own blood brothers because of reputation. Like, that's how much they uphold this stuff. I know, obviously, we're not going to go that far, assassinate our family members, but the point I'm trying to say is, like, reputation is a big thing.
Absolutely.
You understand? Like, to the point that...
Even in Islam, we're taught to uphold your character.
Yeah, of course.
Make sure that you maintain your reputation.
Of course.
And if somebody's, insulting your reputation, you should defend yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's very key.
Yeah, it's key, man. It's important. Reputation is a big thing.
And the other thing about that, right, is I think what's important about that is the fact that you showed good character at a time where, you weren't thinking that, okay, this guy's going to help me one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was never your thought. Your thought was just like, okay, this is the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
We're doing the work.
Yeah.
And just being yourself.
Yeah.
But in that honesty, in that normal nature, he's obviously seen someone who that he can trust and that he wanted to help out. So may Allah reward him. And, I think, people like that are very, very few and far between. So I think in your story, I think... in terms of rizq, when we know that what's meant for you is going to come to you, even if it's between two mountains, bro. You were between, I don't know what mountains you were between at that time, bro.
My rizq was locked in a safe, man, and I still got it, man. But alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah. So, Waleed, bro, where did you grow up? Where were you born?
Okay, this is a bit of a mad one. I'm not British.
Okay.
I'm Swedish.
Okay.
My national is Swedish. I'm originally Ethiopian Palestinian.
MashaAllah, okay.
So my dad's Arab, my mom's African.
Okay.
I was raised in Egypt.
Okay.
So I speak Swedish, Arabic, English. I was when I first come to this country. I remember I came in '97. I didn't know a single word of English. I moved to South London, Peckham.
Yeah.
Peckham / Camberwell.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. Of course. Of course it was. Yeah, of course it was. But yeah, I remember when I first started secondary school, it was so crazy, man. It's like the school I went to was like notorious. Like students would beat up the teachers.
Okay.
Like people used to just urinate in bottles like this and just throw them without the cap into the classroom and used to get like wee on everything, your bag, your paper. Like it was crazy. Like. And I remember one day when I was in year 7, I was walking home one day and I don't know if it's common around this area, but I remember it was quite common in South London, which if you're caught by yourself, people used to say something or to trigger you off.
Okay.
So I remember I was walking home one day and I remember I was walking and this little stone, like someone threw a stone at me and it just hit the floor next to me. So I looked behind and I saw this boy ready to like saying like, yeah, what? Like I'm here, innit? What are you saying? And I'm like, I'm not looking to get stabbed. Let me just walk home, man. But that's how South London was at the time. It's like people wanted to start problems. Schools were bad, and obviously for me it was difficult because my language of English, I couldn't even speak English, man, and I couldn't even
What was Sweden like?
Sweden's good, man. It's clean, peaceful. Everyone's happy. Obviously now it's a bit changed because the gun rate in Sweden's quite high now. It's worse than. That's probably the highest gun rate in Europe, I think. Okay. Because a lot of people smuggle in a lot of guns now. Worse than, here. But at the time when I was young, obviously you have a childhood, you don't realize all the negativity and stuff. But yeah, man, it's just like, you just have to take things in and just...
Sounds mad traumatic. Like, it sounds like a place where like every single day you're kind of wondering like, what the hell is going to happen today in school? Yeah,
basically.
Am I going to be safe today? Am I going to get my head popped off?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But I guess... I don't know. To me, it was a bit weird because obviously coming from Sweden to England, the system's different, the culture's different. Everyone's different. Like I even remember one time I was on the bus, and I'm a little kid. This is in London. I'm on the bus and I'm looking out, and I can see this group of gangs outside, and one of them he locked his eyes on me. I'm looking down, it's over. And he's looking up, and I'm looking down. He's like the eyes can locked, And he's like, nah, who's this little boy looking at me? So this guy, he jumped on the bus, came top deck on the bus. Imagine this. He jumped on the bus just to come after me. And then, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm like, do you understand? It's like, I wasn't used to this stuff.
Yeah. You're just looking like,
yeah,
what's going on?
I'm just intrigued, like, raw, like this is what people do, and then like, who's this you looking at me, and then it's like, I don't know, it's culture is different, isn't it? But obviously, I've been here long enough to learn it, so.
So what were you like, kind of growing up then, in terms of like the main focus? Obviously, you know, main highlight that we want to focus on is obviously Black Oud, right? What you've done here, right? But so you're running your own business now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you spent 10 years as an engineer, which means you obviously studied to be an engineer as well, which means that you're quite hardworking and diligent in school as well, I would imagine, right? Or at least that smile's probably saying no.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
But good enough to at least get through. And I'm guessing, obviously, coming from South London as well, bro, like not a lot of people probably at that time especially probably made it into university, right? Let alone engineering, right?
Yeah.
So what were you like growing up? Were you interested in money? What were you interested in?
It's crazy, bro, because I used to professionally dance. I didn't even.
No way.
The whole education thing wasn't even there. Like, a lot of people don't know till today, I was a professional breakdancer.
No way.
Yeah, so I was part of this group, the one Britain Got Talent.
Oh, Diversity?
No, the other one. They were called Flawless, but they were the one that was going head to head.
Oh, okay.
So I was.
Were you in that?
I was not in Britain Got Talent. I just left there, but there's a story on it. If you go to Roadside Islam, I got my story on it. But I was deeply into it, man. I was sponsored by Nike.
No way.
Yeah, man. I was deeply into it, man. So that was my life, basically. I used to do like events, like.
How old were you at this time?
I was 18, between 18 to 20. It was in 2006. I can remember it. Like between 2005 and 2006. That's how my upbringing was. You know, we used to travel doing events, secret Nike events, fashion shows. Yeah, that's how my upbringing was.
Wow.
Like, I wasn't practicing or anything like that. Like, So that's kind of like, I wasn't into money. I was just young, not thinking, just doing my own thing.
So you were doing that. So again, like, so you were dedicated to something, right?
Yeah, I was very driven. If anything I put my mind to it, I wanted to conquer that thing.
Okay.
That's how I am as a person.
Yeah.
Like, anything, I don't believe that if you have, 10 things to do, you should divide those feelings or your focus on 10 things, because I believe you felt like that. But if you have one thing and you give that one thing your 100%, you're likely to perfect this one thing. Like, now, for example, how many people might sell perfume with like other things that go with it? And so many people come to me and be like, bro, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I said, nah, let me just master this one thing, just fragrances. Let me master it. And then later I can jump on other things. And now I'm very fortunate because I gave my one thing 100. It's taking me to where I am today. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I could have done like sprays, room sprays, diffuser, car this, car that, but it takes too much time to like focus on these items.
Who is Black Oud then, isn't it? Like, what do they do? They do everything.
They do everything, yeah. So I just wanted to specialize on body oils. It's only recently now I started doing sprays. But other than that, I was just keeping it authentic, traditional, and just doing oils. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so look, I want to fast forward now, because obviously you're working. So from 18 to 20, you were focusing on being a professional breakdancer, professional dancer.
Sounds so weird to even say this, man.
Probably to you now, right?
It's weird, man. It's weird, man.
At the time, I mean, what was the reason that you left? Let me just ask you that question. What was the reason that you left? I know that you mentioned that obviously it's on Roadside to Islam, but just to give obviously the audience here just a bit of clarity.
Okay, basically, when I was 18, I moved out by myself. So at that age, I was like already independent. Hence why I said I was working from the age of 18. So I remember I went to this hostel. I was living in a hostel, and
did you get kicked out of the house, or like what happened? To go to a hostel,
I wouldn't say I got kicked out of the house.
Just wasn't big enough for you anymore.
Yeah, I was trying to just get my own place.
Okay.
That meant typical 18-year-old. I want to move out, get my own council house kind of mindset. So I moved out, and I met this brother in there, and I didn't know he was Muslim. I just started practicing. I didn't have a beard or nothing. And then one day I just bumped into him, and I just said to him, bro, like, I need to go and pray. And he's like, right, you pray? And I was like, yeah. It's just one letter and other. And by the time we know it, we just started finding out like he was Muslim, I'm Muslim. But what really hit me was, I remember when I used to dance, this brother, he was married at the time, but he used to talk to sisters online. And I tried to advise him, bro, like, look, you're married, like, allow all of that stuff. And he turned around and told me, like, bro, like, you're going to tell me, Allah, and you dance.
No way.
Yeah, it's like, to me, that was a slap in my face. And that kind of made me think, like, raw, how am I here trying to give this brother advice and I'm still dancing?
Okay, wow.
Doing events, music, all this mad stuff, and I said, okay, cool. It's like that.
Someone who's like in a deep sin is now saying, listen, bro, you with your sins don't come to me. Talk to me about my sins,
like, don't throw like stones at the glass house, basically. And I was like, cool. So that same next day, I called my manager and I said, look, I quit dancing. Till today, he probably doesn't even know why. And I felt kind of like I should have explained myself, and he was like bamboozled. He was like, quit dance, like just like that, random.
Yeah.
Came, dropped all my Nike clothes I had. I just said, and then I went back to the brother. I said, look, I quit dancing, innit? Like,
raw. So
now, like, I'm trying to practice what I preach, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like left it because of that. Because it doesn't make sense. It's hard. Like, you can advise people, even if you're not perfect. You can advise people. It doesn't mean you can stop advising people, because at least you realize what's wrong is wrong. But people won't respect it as much if they see you doing it. Does that make sense? Like, you might be a smoker and then you try to tell other people, don't smoke. Don't smoke. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if you don't smoke, you can advise them not to smoke. It just makes your credibility. It makes it a bit better for you if you want to be that type of person that likes to advise people. Anyway, you understand? But that was the main reason why I left anyway. So
you left for the sake of Allah then?
I left for the sake of Allah, and also to be a person that's like, I didn't want to become I didn't want to be a hypocrite to like try to advise him, and then, you know what?
That's deep, bro. That's really, really deep, because this is
that
something you love.
Yeah, bro. I was doing music videos. I was doing some we done music video for Madonna.
No way.
Like big music videos. I done videos for like obviously that generation, because I'm slightly older. Like I don't know if you know Estelle.
Yeah.
Like these are the type of people that I used to like perform for. We used to do mobiles after parties.
Wow.
You understand? You know when Lethal B and all these big people were. That's when we began with them.
Okay.
Like Channel U. You know Channel U. People ain't gonna know Channel U, man.
Channel AKA maybe.
Yeah, maybe AKA. So that was basically the days, Channel U days.
467 or 472 something.
Yeah, basically. So I didn't want to be a hypocrite and trying to advise someone, and I'm still doing these things. So that to me was like a big thing, and I'm glad it happened, because sometimes every action has a reaction. You know, like that action took me to react to it. You know, and I had to kind of like leave it alone. So. Okay. But the crazy thing now, that if I speak to the guys that still were dancing, if I ask them, what have you got to show for it, they'll tell me like nothing. Yeah. As of me, I managed to go on to get a career, work, you know, and all of that stuff. Like if I didn't do it, like, you know,
sticky situation would be in it.
Yeah. Basically, I would have been on doing nothing probably now. But
so, 2 years ago, dead broke,
man,
dead broke, broke as a joke. Bailiffs are clamping your car,
after
all of that,
on the run, man.
You're literally on the run.
Go fund me to pay rent.
All right, and you've gone to a friend, and this friend has sorted you out nicely for this short period of time, at least. Okay.
Yeah.
At least in a short period of time, he's giving you some tools that you can use to try and make some change. Okay. Yeah. SubhanAllah, as I'm saying that, I just realized all of this is all from that seed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that one seed, man.
SubhanAllah,
it's mad.
So, just talk to me a bit about your head at this point now, okay? Because this guy's got money, right? And he's giving you some money, which is cool. Yeah, he's giving you some things, which is cool. Yeah, but now you actually have to do something with this, right? You actually have to go out, and do something with this, right? Yeah. And obviously, you're driven by the fact that you need to make some. You need to make some cash, right? You need to make some coins. Yeah. So you're going out, you're asking people on the train stations, going people on road, going people between the salars. Right?
Hustling, man.
Bro. That is. I don't know what else you can call it, bro. Yeah. And then obviously, so you've done that, and this is something that you've never done before, right? Yeah. You've never sold oud before. Yeah. My question to you is, some people are kind of almost given take this, and all you need to do is just work at it. Yeah. Right. Here's what you do. Okay. You just need to work. Yeah. And people don't like to work, bro. Yeah. People don't like to put in that work, okay? Yeah. And then what I see is that people don't like to kind of reinvest into their business to then grow it. Yeah. Okay? Now, obviously, there's something to do with circumstance with what happened with your situation, right?
Yeah.
But then when you're like you're selling ouds, right? You're making some change, right?
Yeah.
Why did you then what was going through your head when you invested into that table?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that table,
yeah,
bro, that you probably had to think, where am I going to get this table from?
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. How am I going to carry it around?
That's exactly what I thought.
All of these questions are coming into your... It's not easy. Like everyone thinks that you buy a table.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to buy a table, right? But I know the thought process. When you're broke...
It's calculated.
Bro...
Everything's calculated.
What am I not eating tonight?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everything's calculated, man. People just think that, it's straightforward. It's not that straightforward. They're even thinking like, I need to get a particular table that folds in a certain way that I can carry on my head. And
if you don't look nice, it's not gonna bang.
Yeah. Like all these mad things. But yeah, man. Back to your question.
No. So the question is, bro, is like, for you, was that a no-brainer? Or was it something that you had to really, really kind of think about, like, yo, like, am I going to take this seriously now?
You know what? I felt like I had to take it serious because that's the only thing I had.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have a choice but to take it serious because I saw the potential in it.
Okay.
But, like, for example, I remember one day I went to Jumma outside Finsbury Park and I made my first £50. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I made £50. I'm so gassed. Oh my God.
So you got the stuff from the guy now. The first place you're going to sell it is Finsbury Park.
Yes, I used to go Friday Jumma. I started off like that. And I made £50, sometimes £30, sometimes £45. It was like I was just like, that's money.
Yeah.
But when someone told me to go bush, I was hitting like within like, because I used to go rush hour time. I was trying to be smart about it. So I used to go like 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock that time. Now I'm making £200, £400, £300. I was like, forget the mosque, man. I'm coming here, man. Like, you understand? Because I felt like even though you're at the mosque, it's all nice, but people don't support your thing.
Yeah.
You understand? People might look at you like, okay, at the time I used to sell like little perfume bottles, like £3. They're like, brother, I give you $2.50. I'm like, what are you gonna do with the 50p? You can't even buy chewing gum. Like, why are you so like? Do you understand? But when I was going to Shepherd's Bush, it was a different type of, kettle fish. Do you understand? They're like, the people used to laugh at me. What? This is cheap. What is this? Like, £3 cheap. What? Like, they used to mock me because
it's almost the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they wanted to throw their money at me. They wanted to buy something because it's near the shopping area. It's a different mindset.
Yeah.
You understand? So I thought, you know what? This is mad. Like, I need to be here. That's what drove me when I saw that kind of exposure. It was like, it's almost like, when a man goes to a river and he's looking like, I don't know what's it called. It's
Planning
like,
for gold.
Yeah. And he's probably find like, this is the spot.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to this spot again. That's how I felt.
And I'm bringing some bigger equipment with me.
Yeah, basically. It was basically like a gold mine.
Okay.
It was like a gold mine for me. It's like, nah, why am I outside the mosque begging these people that don't even rate my thing?
Yeah.
You understand? Oh, brother, give me discount. But like,
yeah.
Bro, and you know what's mad? It's like, and sometimes, and I used to get Muslims in Bush to tell me like, give me discount. And I used to have to explain to them like, would you rather me stand here in the cold and try to get halal money, or would you rather me go sell drugs? They're like, okay, take the money. Do you understand? It's like I have to make people realize like I'm standing in the cold. I'm not begging no one for money. I'm actually selling perfume. That's something that is part of, it's a luxury thing. It's not even an essential thing. Like toothpaste is an essential thing. Brushing your teeth every day is an essential thing. That's something you have to do. But I'm here trying to offer you something that you might need. A luxury thing, which is fragrance. Does that make sense? Absolutely, it's not for everyone. And you're here asking me for 50p discount. Like, come on, man. Get out of here, man. It's like, do you understand? So it made me tough. It made me confident. It made me know how to speak to the client, how to sell things, how to kind of like bamboozle them. I had to use tactics like, brother, give me discount. I said, bro, you can't even get chicken and chips for £2.50.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, where you gonna do? Oh, yeah, you got a point here. Take the like. You understand?
I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a shop, right? Yeah. And at the front, it was like Indian clothes inside, and then outside, it was just like Islamic stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to go there on weekends, right? And my dad used to say to me, okay, look, this is this much, and this is this much. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the first time, bro, I'm 12 years old, right? Yeah. The first time a customer came, I was like, okay, like it's £45, whatever, right? And then obviously
haggling,
right? haggling.
Squeeze
And-
the soul out of the
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And obviously my dad comes out like, yeah, cool, give it to them for, this much,
Yeah.
like, I don't even know if he was making profit on this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He had that mentality of like, no, if they want to, we should just give it to them type of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's obviously not the right
No,
mindset for a businessman, right? But
no.
he was just wanted to give, right?
Yeah.
And, whatever reduction price to make customers happy and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool, let's do that, yeah? The next
Yeah.
week, right, I bought my own little stickers and I
Yeah.
upped the prices by £15 on everything.
Okay.
Everything was extra £15.
Right.
So when they were negotiating, bro, I'd give them £10 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they felt so happy, bro.
Yeah.
That they got £10 off.
Yeah.
And then obviously I took the extra
They-
£5.
They just felt like.
And I gave my dad whatever he wanted for his, you know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah.
So that was like my thing, because I knew that they wanted to haggle, do you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
innit? Like, but it's the same thing, it's that mindset, bro, that like
Yeah.
we have where it's just like, someone's got a business.
Yeah.
Like like for example, I'm sure lots of your friends might, I
Yeah.
don't want to say, but people generally tend to be like, oh, listen, you should give it to me for free. You should give it to me at a discount.
Yeah.
And like, bro, you should be the one supporting me first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah.
But it's the kind of the opposite mentality when it comes to Muslims then.
Yeah.
So you actually had that experience where you're like, all right, listen, I'm going to be at the mosque. This is sick.
Yeah.
I'll make some money.
Yeah, I thought that was the place, man.
Yeah.
But then when I started getting all these people that just disrespected your hustle, like to me, it wasn't really about the product. It was about I'm like, it's mad. Like, I learned this quote, like, don't knock someone's hustle. Like, you don't even know why they're doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like, there's a caption that I use quite a lot. It's like, don't judge me for my actions if you didn't know my options.
Wow. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Don't judge me for my actions if you didn't know my options. Sometimes, bro, you can't even, like, we're quick to judge people. Like, you don't know why a person is selling whatever he's selling.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, he might be there outside the mosque. And to me, I feel like it takes a lot for a person to come and hustle you, and to not hustle you, but to come out of
actually hustle.
to come out of his shell, to wake up to go Sunday market, to stand out in the cold, or it's not easy to understand. But the sad thing about it, it's like sometimes you have to be in it yourself to realize it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And no one's actually gonna know what a next person that's trading or hustling, what he's going through, unless they're doing it for themselves. No one's gonna know what broke is till they actually taste broke. Does that make sense? No one's gonna know what a millionaire is till you actually become a millionaire. So we're just quick to like judge people based on what we appear. Oh, he's well off, he's got bare money, but you don't know what you have to do to get that money.
Absolutely, yeah.
Does that make sense? So that's the problem we have, and I speak about sometimes we all do it, man. You understand? Sometimes, but now that I've gone through that stage of like being on my face,
you can empathize with it because you've been there,
you can
innit?
understand it.
Yeah.
You understand? You can understand. That's why now I'll give more time to other people, but at the same time, I can only give time to people that give time to themselves.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people feel entitled. They feel like you should give them advice, or you should, which sometimes, you should, but sometimes you can only advise them based on how serious they are.
But if you're advising someone, they're not listening to anything you're saying, then
It's like it's lip service. You understand? It takes energy, and like you, for an example, you got a business. Like someone might come to me like, bro, I want to do a clothing line. What would you advise me? That one person that's come to you for advice, he doesn't realize that maybe you got 20 other guys that want to do clothing, and they're all coming to you for advice, and you're just giving everyone advice, and you're getting tired.
That's what happens,
and it takes
bro.
a lot of your time. And then by the time you know it, this guy didn't want to do it. This guy didn't follow it through.
Yeah.
Like, I used to have people messaging me all the way from Germany. I used to help them to get, the bottles made, the fragrance, everything. Until today, I started the same time as them as well, 2 years ago. Till today, they've got nothing to show for it.
Okay.
And I feel like, you know what? I invested all the energy to help you to build your brand and your company. Until today, I don't see nothing from it. And that's why I feel like I don't want to give people advice until I feel like you actually deserve my advice.
Bro, 100%, man.
You
know, a lot of the time, man, and this probably is going to resonate with you, yeah? A lot of people will say to you, like, I've got this idea, bro. When someone comes to me and they say, I've got this idea, I'm like, bro, don't tell me what your idea is. Because I don't care, because you're not going to do it anyway.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah,
you just want to talk to me about something because you know that I'm interested in business. And it's nice to talk about business. It's cool to talk about business. So, bro, I had this idea. I want to chat to you about it, yeah? Bro, listen, make something and then I'll talk to you about it.
Start it, then we can
sit
talk.
Down, innit? So yeah, people are they love to talk, innit?
They talk, but it's good though. It shows that they want to do something, but they just need to
action.
not action, but to like divert the energy towards something they like. Because that one person,
that's true.
They might have, you know, loads of ideas, but they don't know where to start. Because that's one thing a lot of people struggling with. They know what they want to do, but they don't know how to start it.
Yes, yeah.
So sometimes you kind of have to give them that encouragement. And no, but I 100% get it. Like, when people come to you and be like, you know what, I got this banging idea, this will work. You're like, yeah, I know, but unless they not tell you how to start it, like you can't work with indecisive people because it will waste a lot of your time, man.
100%.
That's where it's indecisive people, man.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I've learned over the last 12 months, man. Is that your time is very, very precious.
Yeah,
and that you have to give yourself and your own business and your own stuff your attention and time first. Yeah, you have to take care of that first before you can even help anybody else. Anyway, so like for me now, I'm in a situation where I'm thinking like, look, all right, cool. I'm further ahead than some people in what I'm doing. Yeah. But I'm way, way, way off where I want to be. Yeah. So like, like I was saying, if someone's serious, if they've come to me and said, this is my website, you know, I've done all of this, you know, I've run some ads and it's not working. How do what do I do? Yeah. That's something you can talk about, innit? When someone comes to you with something abstract, like, I've got this idea, you can spend 5 hours talking about this idea. Be the best idea in the world. Ideas are worthless. So
they won't even execute that idea.
Tomorrow they'll wake up and go back to work like it's normal, and nothing happened in it. But you as an entrepreneur, me and as an entrepreneur, we will give our energy because we're like, yes, I want to encourage you to do this, and this is a good idea. Yeah. But some people just don't
follow it through, man.
Yeah. So I want to talk now. We've almost done about 45 minutes, so I do want to speak more and showcase more about your brand. Okay, Black Oud London. So we know the origin story now. Okay, we know kind of where you grew up and the experiences that you were having. And for want of a better word, it seems like there was a lot of trauma in your environment, like everywhere you were growing up. Yeah. Like there's trauma around you in the streets. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? There's trauma in the schoolyard.
Yeah. It was trauma, man. It wasn't easy, man.
It's that, bro. I can relate to this. I can tell. Yeah. And then you've taken your career, and then more trauma hits.
Trauma, bro. But that's life. That's life, innit?
Absolutely.
That's life. You have to expect the unexpected, as they say. But obviously, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So it always prepares you to the next day. You might not realize it. Like at the time when I was going through my bailiffs, my car getting clamped, feeling suicidal, even humiliating myself by going to do a GoFundMe page to pay rent. I didn't think I would have this. I didn't think that my brand would be recognized. I didn't think that people, like even yourself reaching out to me, I didn't think all of this stuff. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
But when you're at that time, you're thinking like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You understand? It's like, I felt like I was climbing out of a washing machine. That's just do you understand?
Yeah.
You just have to be patient, man, and like always be positive, because something good will always come. As they say, you know, after the rain comes out the rainbow. You know?
You said something really important there, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, patience.
Patience, man. Tell me about
business.
it, man.
Business is a game of patience.
Yeah.
I believe, right? As long as you've got good process.
Yeah.
And you got good work ethic.
Yeah.
And you're consistent.
Yeah. Consistency for me is number one. That's the secret ingredient. Like, people think you're doing something spectacular. For me, I'm only here because of consistency. Does that make sense? I'm only here because I was consistent. I tried to stay relevant. As much as I hate it, I have to post things on Instagram to stay, you know, consistent, to make people aware that I'm still here, I exist, I'm growing. But it takes a lot of my time. But when you get there, it gets better. It's worth, of course, because like, you know, everyone's on their route to building their own empire. You know, once you got your own empire, you can have your own team, and the more team you have, more brains, and everyone throws more ideas, and everyone can be like, you know what, do this, what do you think of this, and to the point that you're starting to get people that want to share their opinions when you don't want them. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. But
so talk to me about the brand, bro. What's been the main difference between actually, let's start off with this, okay?
Okay, cool.
Black Oud London.
Yeah.
Bro, I said this to you over the phone as well.
Yeah.
Sick name, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I followed you because of the name. Because I was like, because of exactly what you said, actually, is you were having that, you kind of glamorized Oud.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I saw the logo, I was like, it bangs. It fits. It just worked. Like, for me, it just felt like, okay, I like this brand.
Yeah.
I didn't, like, there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
I just like it. Black Oud, two simple words.
Yeah.
Just put them together.
Yeah.
But it bangs. Okay. And obviously, I've seen, you know, your social media and the way that you carry yourself on social media. I mean, recently I saw even Tim Westwood. You know what I'm saying? He gave you a massive shout out as well.
He did,
which is big. Legend. Legend. Literally.
Old school legend.
Oh my days, bro. That guy, bro. Legend. Banging DJ. Anyway, listen. So you've taken this twist on it, okay, where it's very much a contemporary brand, non-Islamic focused, I would say, from the outside. Just looking at it, there's nothing that I would say is, this is like a Muslim brand. Black Oud, yes, maybe the Oud, but even Tom Ford has Oud, right? So
the owner is Muslim, but the brand's not. If that makes sense.
What, of Tom Ford?
No.
Of this, exactly. So is that because of obviously your experiences at the mosque, and then you think, look, I can't just keep this to one niche. It needs to be for the masses, for the people.
It's part of that, but you know, when I went to like outside Westfield, it made me realize like 70% of my customers weren't even Muslim. And when I used to say to them, a small bottle's £3, they're like, what? £3? Give me 5 bottles. But when I'm outside the mosque, what? £3? Give me £2.50. It's like, I thought, you know what? You lot are jarring. I'm not even going to sell it to you lot, man. You understand? I'm just going to go to these lot. They appreciate. Does that make sense? So I don't want to have an Islamic element to it, because my brand is it's not a Muslim product. Like, perfume is for everyone that wants to smell nice. Perfume is for everyone that takes grooming, self-care important. They take pride in how they look, their smell, appearance, everything. It's a lifestyle. You know what? I've had some clients, they've come here and they're like, bro, like, I don't wear perfume. The only thing I wear is Lynx. I said, bro, I'm gonna bust you today. I'm gonna show you. Today I'm gonna change your life. You understand? It's just weird how, like I said, because perfume is not an essential, it's a luxury.
Yes.
And even when you see the high end, like Tom Ford that you mentioned, you can't find certain of these, like certain fragrances you can't even find in a normal shop. You have to go to Harrods, Selfridges. This itself shows that this is for a bracket of people. Does that make sense? People that know certain, like Creed, for an example. Like Creed is only for certain certain people. And these people only spend in these places. Does that make sense? So this shows that the people that spend in these places, they have a certain lifestyle. And you have to live that lifestyle or know about that lifestyle to even smell like that lifestyle. So it gets deep like that. Do you understand? Or you can just be that guy that wants to wear Lynx. Do you understand? It's up to you. So so I wanted to, add that flavor to it, and at the same time, I wanted to change it a lot, because I felt, a lot of non-Muslims were supporting it, and I thought, you know what, there's a market for this. I just need to be smart how to advertise it or lure them into, because a lot of people nowadays are going to Dubai. I'm like, forget Dubai, I'm bringing Dubai to you. You understand?
Exactly.
So, that's the vibe I was trying to just introduce to everyone. But now not unfortunately, it's a good thing, but now you see a lot of oud brands up and coming. You've probably seen them on your Instagram. There's a lot of people doing it now.
A lot of people are doing it now.
A lot of people.
So what differentiates you, and what do you think has been the key to the success that you've achieved so far?
One is consistency, 100%. Second thing, I don't know any UK brand that's got a lounge where you can have a coffee, take your time, smell oud in your own privacy, having a lot of celebrities supporting it. And what I was gonna say to you, I'm going to be featuring in GQ magazine. So,
no way.
Yeah,
mashallah, bro.
So you tell me.
No, that is a surprise. You told me that there was something, but
so
mashallah.
That's a big thing. So you tell me
GQ,
what.
Yeah?
GQ magazine.
Bro, listen, talk to me, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know,
Talk to me now, bro.
Yeah, so basically they reached out to me and they said, you know what? We've been watching you on Instagram.
No way.
So
GQ,
So
how did they find you? Was it from like a Tim Westwood shout out? Was it from one of these?
I asked them, like, how did you find me? And they're like, basically, like, you know what? We've seen you on Instagram. You don't realize, like, people watch you. People watch you. You have to be consistent. You have to know that people are watching you, watching every move. Everything's calculated. So they reached out to me. They dropped me an email and they said, look, we've been watching your brand and we felt like, you know what, you were suitable for the winter campaign, for the grooming. So we'd like you to feature.
It's amazing.
So I didn't say, I just said, yeah, hell yeah, man. I'm jumping on that, man, straight away.
Amazing, bro.
So
mad.
I just feel like, so being a oud company.
GQ,
GQ, man.
Bro, that's big, bro. Mashallah.
Yeah,
man.
so that's
big, bro.
So that itself, it's I think it just makes me stand out from the rest, hopefully. So let's see how it goes. And plus, I've got something going on in East London, Greece Street. I've teamed up with another company. So they're going to be stocking my stuff. It's almost like a franchise, but it's not a franchise because they've got other things in there. So I got like another stockist. You can say stockist. Like a distributor. Yeah, distributor. So they got my brand. That's a new shop as well that's recently opened. So yeah, there's big things going on. What's that shop? It's called Brides and Barfi. Brides and Barfi. Yeah, Brides and Barfi. Yeah, that's like some wedding traditional sweets thing. So if you want to get your gifts and stuff, go and check it out, man. So
and then they can obviously get the Black Oud from there as well.
Yeah, Black Oud straight there. Here's a bit different. Here you have to book an appointment. Over there you can just walk in.
So again, you mentioned about one of the main differentiator is that you've actually set up a retail experience, rather than just a shop that people walk into.
Yeah, because perfume is very deep. It's like, you know, sometimes some of the perfume a lot of people don't know, like, but it contains mad ingredients. Like I got one called Amber Oud, and one of the main ingredient in that, it comes from the whale's poo.
No way.
Yeah, it's called grey amber.
Wow.
Like people don't know this. People don't even know, like, you know, Chanel, for an example, they had a fragrance. I don't know which fragrance it was, but they used to put cat urine in it.
No way.
But obviously they've stopped now because nowadays whatever you do to animals can consider to be like, you know, cruelty. animal cruelty. You know, it's mad. So this is the stuff I tell people when they hear, like, this contains this contains that, or things. I've got another fragrance that's got saffron in it, for example, and saffron is considered to be world's expensive herb. Like a pinch of saffron is like £5 or something like that. But people don't think these things are mad. You know, people don't realize, like, every art has an artist, and every perfume has a perfumer, and every meal has a chef. So you need all these things to create this. That's why when people come here, it's not just me here, you smell nice, try this, see you later. It's like, did you know this contains this? Right. Did you know if you apply this at this point? Like even musk, people don't know that it comes from the gland of the there. Like, you know, you got the stomach, and underneath the stomach, that's pure musk though. So it's
Let me tell you how ignorant
does that make sense?
No, it does, bro. Let me tell you how ignorant I am, Bro, I thought oud was just like, you know, from the tree, the sap.
But it is.
That is that, yeah?
Oud is basically wood. Okay. And oud is the world's... like, basically, fragrance contains different type of ingredients. And the world's most expensive ingredients that's put in the fragrance is oud. Okay. Does that make sense? Oud comes from a tree. Okay. And this tree is only found in Southeast Asia, which is called the Aga tree. Okay. And Southeast Asia is like Burma, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and you can't find it elsewhere in the world except for these places. And a kilo of oud can go up to £80,000. And it's very expensive. That's why oud has become very classy. That's why you see Harrods having Tom Ford, Oud Wood, Gucci Oud, Versace Oud. All these brands are introducing it now because it's a very expensive ingredient.
Exactly. It doesn't matter about how good it smells anyway. It's just the fact that it's a luxury item.
It's a luxury item. So that's why with this whole experience coming to Black Oud Lounge, you get to an insight of what's in the fragrance, how to apply it, why is it so expensive. Even other things, like even me when I started, I never knew they used to use the waste of the whale, like the poo of the whale. It's sperm whale, by the way. So you got the blue whale, which is the world's largest, and then the sperm whales after. So they use the waste of the whale to put in the fragrance, and I never knew that. And when you look more deeper into it, like you got, you know, Hermes, the company, like even with them, they got one guy sitting in a forest in a shed looking thing with his assistant, and he's just producing fragrances, and he's getting paid sitting in the forest. And this how deep fragrances is. Like people don't realize it's actually deep, but people don't.
And that's what I guess that's why it's so expensive, because it's just literally just one guy sitting there.
Yeah, one guy
in
sitting
some
there,
rare place,
and just making up loads of different, you know, scents that could puts pleasure to your mind. You understand? That's the only thing that your brain has access to, because your brain, you have to sniff the particles, and it goes into the brain, and the brain tells you what this is.
Wow,
does that make sense? It's deep, man. But but people don't want to know that. They just want to wear links all the time. So, but yeah, that's why I like perfume. Is becoming addictive. It's knowledge, isn't it? Knowledge that you learn, it becomes addictive and stuff. So
absolutely.
Man.
What's the future now?
The future is to build my empire. Hopefully, let's see what happens after GQ. Ideally, I would like to open up more lounges. Maybe spread that to America, because I do have a lot of clientele in America. It's quite popular out there. And that's it, really. I've got a few countries in mind that I would like to open up Black Oud, but hopefully we'll see. Like once I've targeted this 5.
Once you've done 100.
Not 100, but not 100. But
no, I mean, once you put in 100 to this, like you were saying with everything else,
put
100 into that one thing.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying as well, yeah.
Basically,
make this one certified,
and then later I got 5 shops I would like to open, and then after that, anything that comes after that is a bonus. Does that make sense? Maybe I'll go into beard oils or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
Oud, 5 stores. Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah, I want to become UK's, like Trapstar.
Mm-hmm.
I want to become the Oud version of them.
Okay.
You understand? I want to be the UK leading Oud company in the urban scene.
Okay. And how are you going to do that?
Just continue doing what I'm doing.
Is there anyone that you'd want to reach out to that would
want to support it? I have people in mind, but they're not easy people. So, but then at the same time, because of their lifestyle, is that the type of people I want to associate my brand with? That's the question. But I know, like here, for an example, I do get a lot of people. I've had one guy, well-known guy, called me, said, bro, I want to do a music video in your lounge. I said, okay, let's talk about it. He goes, yeah, but if I do come, I'm going to bring models. Okay, let's talk about that too. And, sometimes you get put in a situation like, what do you, you need to say no sometimes, because sometimes once you open that door, by the time you know it, you see music video, people pouring out oud like it's like Hennessy or something, or alcohol. Astaghfirullah. But you know what I mean.
No, 100%, bro, 100%.
But that's how it's becoming like that, innit? So sometimes you have to strike the balance as well, man. And sometimes it can be challenging, but you have to enjoy it, because once you overcome that challenge, it's like, I didn't know I could do that, And there's a lot of other businesses that can, like, for an example, if you look at Facebook, Amazon, Tesla, these are multi-millionaire companies, and they didn't compromise their principles. You don't see any indecency. So why we don't need to do it ourselves? We just put your trust in Allah. Keep it. I personally believe, because I've kept my utmost best to keep it halal. I believe that's why GQ reached out to me, because of these reasons. Authenticity. I kept it halal. They reached, because I didn't go to them. I could have just emailed them and got a public relation PR to email, but they reached out to me, said, look, we saw your brand, we'd love to have it in our magazine. What do you say? I said, yeah, I'm down. So that's it, man.
Bro, Waleed, just before we end this, for all the people that are watching this that are probably struggling possibly in their life, thinking that maybe I want to do something different, I want to do something, I'm passionate about oud, I want to make it, or maybe I'm passionate about, anything, photography, I'm passionate about cooking, I'm passionate about whatever it might be, right? I want to start a business, I want to make money, like, I don't want a job, I don't want to go to uni, all these things, right? But what's your advice to these people, man?
I would say, number one, know that it will take time. It's not easy, but like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. But once you get there, it's like a baby. At first, you have a baby, and you have to raise that child to the point that it could walk for itself, feed itself. Same way with a business. You have to look after it, nurture it to the point that it feeds itself. When I mean it feeds itself, that means that it's making enough money for you to feel comfortable. Does that make sense? You can wake up, be your own boss, lock up when you want to lock up, open up when you want to lock up. Open up when you want to open up. No one can tell you nothing. But the one thing that a lot of people I've noticed are scared of is their mindset. That fear. They already think of failing before they've already started. The moment you think like that, you've already failed. Does that make sense? So a lot of people, they think of failing. Oh my God, what about if I fail? What about if I don't? Just do it. It's just Nike. That's why Nike is Nike. Just do it. Just do it. You got nothing to lose. Just do it. What are you gonna really lose? Sometimes when celebrities, I want to reach out to celebrities, and I think to myself, they're gonna say no to me, man. The worst thing that person can do is say no.
Exactly.
But you won't know till you ask.
Absolutely.
And the same thing is like, you need to try. Do you understand? You're better off trying, and maybe something might come out of it, and you can say, okay, at least I tried. Or you always ask yourself, what about if I actually tried, but you never tried it, but you think like, I could have tried. That will bother you more than actually trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense?
Regret is much worse than a failure.
Basically, yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. So overcome your mindset. Your mind is the main thing. Your mind is like the engine of the car. Make sure the car, like the body of the car can be rubbish, but the engine of the car will drive the car no matter how well the body of the car is. And that's your brain. Once your brain is functioning in a way that I can do this, push yourself, be motivated, you can do it. And right now is the best time to be at your best. You know why? Because a lot of people are going through depression, anxiety, insecurity. And you can overtake all of these people because they're already going through mental health themselves. So if your mind is strong, you can overtake them and build your business. And they'll probably root for you to win because they're thinking, I can't do that, but I want him to do that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So now's the best time to overtake. And plus now, like I don't know if you ever noticed, there used to be like a wave of people going to uni. Like all these people was going mad, going to unis and getting their degrees. Now it's a wave of entrepreneurs. Everyone's got their own business. Like everyone's doing trainers, for an example, cleaning trainers, selling trainers, eyelashes, oud, or caps, or like everyone's doing something. Do you understand? Like everyone wants to be a something, but how you stand out from the rest is be consistent. Be consistent, because a lot of the time people fall off, and sometimes as well people don't realize like for an example, you might do a clothing label, for an example, and it might mean something to you. Another person might look at you and be like, oh my god, he's doing so well. I want to do a clothing label. He's doing it because he's seen you're doing well. And then when he realizes, oh, this is hard, I can't be bothered. I'm not doing it no more. He'll fall off. But you're doing it from a place that, you're passionate about it. Does that make sense? That's why with Black Oud, it's deeper than fragrance. Does that make sense? I'm not doing it because I want to become a brand. Obviously, it's part of it now. But when I was doing it at the time, it's for me to survive. It was a way out for me. If Black Oud was a person, I owe it to that person. Does that make sense? Because it took me out of the things I was going through. My depression, overthinking, wealth, and all of that stuff. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And, and that's what you have to just kind of like, and always be around positive people. And I was going to post it the other day on Instagram. It's like, you need to be around good people. People that's always going to tell you, bro, like, keep on going. Because sometimes you'll doubt yourself. Sometimes you'll put yourself down. Even me. The amount of times I wanted to give up, but now I've got to a stage that I can't even give. Even if I wanted to give up, I have to rip this out, sell this, take down the sound. Like, do you understand? Where am I gonna do that? That itself is a headache. Like, where do I get rid of all these fragrances? Like, do you understand? Like, I've come so far that even if I wanted to, I can't.
Turning around is hard work as well.
It's hard work now. Like, quitting is hard work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the stage you need to get at. You need to push yourself to the stage that even to quit is hard. It's like, I can't even quit. I got customers relying on me. Like, bro, when I started this, I used to have people calling me outside my house 12 o'clock at night. Bro, I need to get that perfume.
No way.
I didn't even answer. You understand? It was so bad. In a good way.
In a good way.
It was that bad. But now, alhamdulillah, unfortunately, everything's regulated. Now I tell them, go to the website, book an appointment. You understand? It's just like, you have to let people respect your time. Does that make sense? Because if they really wanted it, they will come on time or respect it.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? But yeah, so my number one advice is like, don't be scared. Just try it out. Do it for fun. Just enjoy it. If that doesn't work, try another business. Just do it, man. Just like, you got nothing to lose. What are you gonna lose? And set a budget to aside. Like, if you feel like, okay, cool, how much do I need to start a business? Ask yourself, how much do you want to start off with? Like me, usually I say, if a business is reasonable, like if you can start off with £200, that's not a lot. £100, £200, do it. You got nothing to lose. Does that make sense? I started with nothing. Literally, the brother gave me for free. Here's the thing. It's on credit. When you do well, pay me. Does that make sense? And now I got kilos of it. Alhamdulillah. Do you understand? So, yeah, just enjoy it. Take it slow. You never know where it can take you. Like, I didn't know I was gonna be here. I didn't know like Team Westwood was gonna, wear my stuff. But I'm here now, and yeah.
Allah Mubarak, bro. Listen, I don't want to end it on a down note, but you mentioned it a couple of times, and I've wanted to ask you about it. It's just when do we fit in?
Ask?
How to not even how to ask is when do I ask it? And I'm gonna ask it as the last question before we finish this, and it is a deep question, right?
Yeah, go on.
And it's probably not the question that you're probably thinking about, right? But you have suicidal thoughts, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anybody watching this who's also got suicidal thoughts, but if there is,
you never know. You're human, bro. You're human, man. You think you can't. As long as you can't control what you think, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You understand?
If there is anybody watching this who's having, these thoughts of depression, anxiety, and is getting to a point where they're thinking like, "What's the point of this?
Yeah.
What's the point of all of this dunya? I want to not all this world or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna end it. That's easier.
Yeah.
Right, bro. What are you gonna tell them? Like, if someone's came to you right now and said, "Listen, this is what I'm thinking about doing."
Yeah. For me, at the time, I feel like... By the way, it is a deep question. I wasn't expecting that question there. For me, I felt like sometimes it's an escape. It's an escape from fear. It's an escape from overcoming things. And sometimes you don't know. It's overwhelming. You don't know how to deal with certain things. Like when I was broke, I didn't know how to deal with it because I've never been broke. So you're starting to think like of other options. Like if I can't make money, then maybe I can do this. Meaning, like in my life kind of thing. But it's not that deep, man. It's like now that I'm here, like alhamdulillah, like I think to myself, that was so stupid of me. Why would I even think that? It's from the shaitan. Like, why would I think that? Do you understand? Like, and sometimes, I know it sounds a bit selfish, yeah, but sometimes it's like, life is hard. Life will hit you. The hardest thing that will hit you is life. But it's not about getting hit, man. It's about how you get up from that hit. You understand? And sometimes, man, you have to... That's why I said to you earlier, you have to be around positive people. Because the people will speak... They will speak good. You know, a wise man once said, if you got nothing good to say, don't say nothing. So you always have to be around people that will uplift you, make you feel positive, believe in your brand, or believe in you more than you even believe in your own brand. Because they will root for you. They'll be like, come on, you can do this. I see you, the vision in you. Does that make sense? You have to be around positive people because all of that energy will rub off.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
100%.
And that's why I try my best. On my Instagram, I try to be positive. Because a lot of people might watch it and I might say one thing that can be like, raw, I didn't think it like that. That's why sometimes I might say dumb things like, you know, when he said to me, my car broke down and I was like, guys, you have to be eagles. Don't be pigeons. Don't be pigeons. You have to be eagles, guys. See this life. You can't be, you're not a pigeon. You're an eagle. You're going to conquer the sky. Do you understand? Things that happen in your life are only hurdles. And hurdles are just things that you can jump over. They're not a brick wall that stops you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely,
So in terms of thinking suicidal, you know, speak to someone, be around positive people. Don't speak to someone that's gonna
put you down.
Yeah, like sometimes we might even have our own family that might be negative. Like, oh, I'm going through depression. And they start laughing at you like, take paracetamol to get better. Like, you understand? That's not the answer. You have to, you make sure, like even with blessings, any blessings you have, make sure you share it with the right person that want good for you. Otherwise, don't share it.
That's deep.
You understand? Same thing with the depression. Share that with a person that want good for you because they might try and, you know, be patient. They try and understand it. Because, bro, we're all human. We're all going through things. Do you understand? Like, we're not robots. Do you understand? We all got problems, you know? Like, maybe my situation of going through, for me to channel my problem, like, I know it's crazy, yeah, but some people might smoke drugs to, you know, overcome their problem, drink alcohol, you know, pray. But for me at the time, it was Black Oud. That's why Black Oud is so deep to me. Do you understand? That was the way out for me. And sometimes you just have to find something that you enjoy doing that will take your mind off things, relax, and don't end your life, man. This like Allah gave you one life, bro. You can be you might become, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Like you might do something that you might leave a legacy behind. Do you understand? Like, don't let the shaitan just stop you, man. You don't know what's gonna be around the corner. Like, I never thought I was gonna be here. Like, I thought that was it. I need a way out. I don't know where money came. Like, when I went to the brother, I didn't think he was gonna give me £2,000. I just went to him. I said, bro, like, I'm going through this thing, and he just looked and he just gave it to me. He didn't ask me nothing. He didn't say when you're gonna pay it back. He just gave it to me, cash in my hand. Like, expect the unexpected. You don't know what's around the corner, man. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that itself was like, you have to be around positive people, man, because you know how it is, man. When you go on social media, you see the comments. People they just cuss you. YouTube comments cuss you. Probably in this video, people might cuss me, but But you have to remember, bro. Like,
don't worry. Any hate, by the way, get banned. Zero tolerance.
It's not that. Look, two things to remember. One thing first thing is, some people ain't gonna like what you do. The second thing to remember is, remember you don't care.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Simple as that. People ain't gonna like what you're gonna do. Haters, let those haters hate. You understand? Let those negative people be negative. Let them do their jobs, because that's what they get paid for. You understand? You need someone to, you know, keep your fire going. But always remember,
it creates conversation as well.
Yeah, it does. But always remember that you don't care.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing, man. Just prioritize the things that are really important in life, man. And they understand. And, you know, don't be afraid to talk about it, man. Like, some people might be judged. Who cares if people judge you, man? So what? Like, so what? Like, be a boss, man. Just, I'm a leader. I say what I want to say and express yourself, man. Don't feel shy or timid or, understand? It is what it is, you know. But I don't know. Let's wrap it up from here.
Let's leave it there, my bro. Look, Waleed, thank you so much for your time, my bro.
Yeah.
This podcast is like an hour and a half, and honestly, bro, I'm not even joking, gassing.
Yeah.
I could sit and speak to you for like another 3 hours about.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot of things that you said that, bro, we just keep going analyzing deeper and deeper. But I think that this has been very, very beneficial. Alhamdulillah for everybody who's watching.
Yeah.
Just quick shout out, Black Oud. How can people find you? How can people shop? What should people buy? Like, just a quick promo on yourself, bro, so that other people can actually know like the good.
Basically, I got one fragrance that is so controversial. It's called The Second Wife. But if you buy it, don't tell your first wife, because she'll come and blacklist. Black Oud will be blacklisted. Yeah, that's one. Obviously, there's a website, blackoud.com, blackoudlondon.com, Instagram, Black Oud London. You can find me, book an appointment, come have a coffee. We can talk about oud. To tell you what's in them, and that's it really, man. Come share, spread the love. By the way, the reason why I get my tongue twisted because I speak so many languages.
Okay.
I end up saying it in another language. That's why sometimes when I talk, like my tongue wants to say it in Swedish or say it in another. That's why sometimes it just comes out weird. But yeah, man, you can find me. Just Google Black Oud, you'll find me, man. Or I'll find you. However you wanna do it, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to No Rizq
bro.
for having me. Love
Anytime,
for the podcast,
pleasure,
man.
Bro. Pleasure, man.
Love,
Thank you so much.
love, man. So,
and guys, make sure that you do follow Black Oud London, Waleed. Make sure that you go support the movement, everything that he's doing. Bro, if you're not gonna smell, if you want to smell good, make sure you check out Black Oud.
Otherwise, stay stinking.
Stay stinking.